Good afternoon and welcome back. So they were giving me a session before the lunch. I said no because I will be in between lunch. So I thought let me have it after the lunch. So thank you so much for coming back. And my name is Rajesh Kumar S. I head the technology system engineering for India and SAARC in Juniper. So what I just wanted to present in the next 15 minutes is that I heard a lot of discussion happening in the panel, a lot of dignitaries presenting on the stage, saying that always there is a gap between academia and the industry. That's what I heard a lot. So whatever you train them, whatever you educate them, but there is still a gap, right? One of the Maruti dignitaries said that it is almost 90% gap. It's only 10% what we can use of that student. So from that perspective, we also come from the industry. We also meet a lot of customers because ours is a networking company. If I want to say brief about Juniper, Juniper is founded by an Indian by name Pradeep Sindhu in 1996 when internet had a lot of problems, right? From there the journey started. Now we are a networking company having a lot of networking gears. We manufacture, we innovate, and all those capabilities what you see is all of Juniper, right? So in that perspective, so we know what is the gap which is there in terms of academia and the industry, what is the industry is looking for from the campus interviews or from the new students who are coming out of the colleges, and how they can also diversify themselves into different areas after coming into the industry, spending 4 to 5 years in the industry, right? That is also key. It is not that they are coming with one aim and then they don't have any diversification to happen. So that is also the second one what we have looked up. So the academy, what we are call it as a Juniper Networks Cloud and Automation Academy. So that is the thing which we start with. And one of the key, we are proud to say that 24th of September, we launched a program known as Center of Excellence with AICTE and EduSkills together, right? So the aim is to have the Center of Excellence across 500 universities, and it is primarily giving us that opportunity to provide the universities the technologies, what the students and the instructors can have this, where the instructors can learn this and train the students on two things, right? One is the software skills, which is the theoretical skills where they can learn, and the second is the hands-on what they can learn, and the third is what the projects which they think of, which they can integrate it to this network and then learn those. So what we feel is that this should be part of the curriculum with the universities as an integrated approach, which will give a complete change in teaching the networking technologies so that it becomes a curriculum. The students will learn this as well as have the hands-on, and they can build the projects over it. So that is one of the key things what we have done recently on September 24th, launching this as a Center of Excellence for across India with AICTE and EduSkills. So I am very proud to say this. I just wanted to highlight this. And another is we have a lot of SMEs who are the master in this kind of technologies, who interact with the students, who interact with the instructors in quarterly, yearly, and they hear them and they give their perception what are the trends going in the market, so that the college can understand, the universities who are driving this can understand what are the trends happening. Because today, if you ask me, there is a lot of digital transformation is happening rapidly across, right? You take any vertical today. You take healthcare, you take IT/ATS, you take manufacturing, you take hospitality, any kind of verticals you look at today, there is a huge rapid digital transformation is happening. But the problem what we are seeing is there is a demand for this kind of networking engineers who want, whom they want, but there is a gap in the supply. Right. So that is where what we talk about the trends. So when there are trends happening, the universities also has to reskill looking at those trends and see to it that they are up to the mark in terms of the technologies, what the industry is driving, and the rapid changes in technologies, what are happening, and how they can cope up with this. And when the students come out, at least they know all these trends, what are happening in the market, what are the technologies which are going on, and how they can actually be effective in terms of handling this kind of situations when they come out of the college. So this is one of the key things which we wanted to highlight. And for example, in the below we have said that we have trained already 135K plus trained students, and we have done Juniper CoE for approximately 14 plus colleges, and 130 member colleges are already been into this program. So this is one of the key things which we wanted to highlight in terms of what it can be done. Today I don't want to talk about what Juniper and what it is, but what I wanted to talk about is what Juniper can offer to the universities, where it makes sense to universities to look at Juniper for the networking technologies when they come out. That is my key concern in terms of saying this, right? So this is the three pillars what we looked at when we started this Center of Excellence. One is, as I said, students need to be updated on technology, because today the basics will never go. The foundation has to be there when I talk about networking technologies, right? But they also have to get reskilled in terms of what is AI for networking means. Okay, if you look at the trends today, there are two trends which are going in the market. You know what? One is AI for networking. That means to say that how can I use artificial intelligence in the networking world? How do I simplify it? How do I get not getting into CLI, not getting into GUI? Can I use a NLP to ask how many unhappy users are in the network today? How is the experience of Rajesh today on the network? How is my Teams call today went? Right? So these are some of the key things which the customers are looking at from the AI for networking. And to get these answers, what you need? Just think, to get these answers, what you need? You need networking for AI. That means you build AI clusters which does all these algorithms and gives you these answers back, right? That is known as networking for AI. So the student should be aware how to use AI for networking, and they also should know how they can build this AI capabilities, work on algorithms, and work on these AI clusters, which is known as networking for AI. So this is what the difference is. When you look at the trends, people talk about AI, people talk about cloud, people talk about cloud computing, quantum computing, all that. But these are the two trends which are really, really important when we talk about emerging technologies. So this is one of the key things. And also, when we talk about this, they should have a hands-on knowledge, right? For example, if I say how many unhappy users are there on the network, just an example. On the back end, what all things it has to do? It has to see how the user got connected to the Wi-Fi. It has to know how much time it took to get the DHCP IP. It should know how much time it took for authentication. It should know what was the team's call for a mean opinion score, right? There are a lot of parameters which goes behind. Those are the things students have to understand, because that is just not the user experience they have to measure. Tomorrow, when I heard Maruti and all the Hero Corp talking about, they are talking about IT-OT integration, SCADA. They were talking about SCADA. They were talking about IT-OT integration. When you talk about IT-OT, IT is a different technology, OT is a different technology. But the student has to learn, when it comes to IT-OT integration, what is it required, right? How do I put these two together to get the result? So that is the key, because OT is the action which has to be taken at that point of time. It is mission-to-mission communication. But IT is application to user communication. So there is a huge difference when you look at these two. But when you put it together, there is a result which comes out as a converged IT-OT infrastructure. So that is the knowledge which they have to run when they have to see this as a students when they want to look at this. The third is the technologies that I spoke about, cloud-based, automation, security. And I'll tell you, whoever learns deep down into security, they are the kings. Because today, any network you see, any topology you see, any vertical you see, security is an umbrella. It has to cover the entire gamut. So today, there is no perimeter security, there is no user security. When we talk about security, it is security from the user to the cloud. Everything should be covered, right? So that is the key, because there is a saying, right? You don't know till you are hacked. You may have n number of security devices, but you will never know unless you are hacked. Either you are hacked or you don't know you are hacked. So that is the concept. So unless these students know deep down about this, then it becomes very difficult. So that is the reason I am saying these are the three pillars which we need to look at when the students come out of the colleges, right? So just I have put AI in networking because I just was talking about it, because one is the machine learning, which is automation kind of, and every day what you use in the network, all this can be done as an automated kind of a concept, and that can be done, that students can done very easily. They can write the scripts, they can use Python, they can use Ansible, and they can get these things done. But working on a behavioral analysis of the network, right? Behavioral analysis. Today, for example, there is a board meeting in the college, and I want to know how the network is before the top management comes to my campus. Can you know? Can you tell that my network is ready 100% if the top management comes and have a meeting today? They will get connected on Wi-Fi. They can use the Teams without any problem. They can access the internet without any problem. Can anyone vouch for it? No, right? So the capability what the AI brings in today is that you can know the network before the users come into the network. So that is what the customers are looking today. Customers want, because when work from home, hybrid environment has come into place, when the users are coming into the office, they want to give the same experience what they had from work from home, right? When the users come in and they don't have the good experience, they go back and work from home. They say, office network kharab hai, main work from home karta. Right? So for that, these are the AI technologies, LLM technologies, what are used. So the students, when we put this center of excellence, they can learn all this digital twin kind of concepts which have come in, right? They can learn how the behavior analysis of the network, how the behavior analysis of the users, and where are the users populated, what are they doing, what are the applications they are using, why this experience is not there only for Teams, why it is there good for rest of the applications, right? These are all comes when students knows about their networking technologies, they know about AI, they know about LLM, and they know how to put this across onto the network and derive those actions out of it. So it is all data, it is all about actions, it is all about algorithms, right? So this is what we thought of talking about. And finally, what the vision of any industry today is self-driving network. That means what? What do you mean by self-driving network? It means no human intervention for the network technologies, right? As less as human intervention. That is what is moving into self-driven networks, correct? So these are all one of the things which I talked about. So this is what I say, what Juniper says as a blueprint, right? When a user uses a Teams call, he goes across different technologies. Any customer you take any customer, any vertical. This is the blueprint of any of the customers today in the network, right? So when they go across different technologies, he has a problem. You tell me, how will you identify where is the problem for this particular user? If there are 10,000 users and there are 100 users who have a problem, how will you identify that? That is where this AI plays a key role, and that is what we have done as a center of excellence to provide that capabilities to know that how to build this AI for networking and make the user life simple, and these students who come out of the college will be able to integrate multiple apps on the API integration on this AI to give more simplification, optimization, ease of use, good experience, and also troubleshoot within minutes rather than within months. So these are some of the key things which we have built in Center of Excellence so that these students can learn and come out, and it is not that they are 10% ready, at least they will be 20 to 25% ready. I watch for it, right? So these are some of the things we want to do in terms of the artificial intelligence. Marvis is our AIOps engine, where they can learn everything about Marvis in terms of the NLP, in terms of the capabilities, what it brings in. They can know what it does. They can add more applications to it, more apps to it. All those things they can do it. Assurance of services. Today, all customers doesn't look at, they say that my network should be invisible, because the users should need only is the experience. I want to see how my user experience is. I am least bothered about the network. If you want to get to that level, then students should know about AI, they should know about LLMs, they should know about behavioral analysis, they should know how to apply that on the networks. So this is one of the key things which I wanted to talk about. And then This is the small campus architecture what we have built in the Center of Excellence, which covers the Wi-Fi technology. The blueprint what I talked about is converted into a small lab here, right? The Wi-Fi technologies, the wired technologies, the routing technologies, the WAN technologies, and finally, the complete artificial intelligence cloud on the above. Correct? It is fully accessible to every university, to every student to take care of this. So they get all the details, everything into this one small lab what you create. And also you get lot of cloud labs of Juniper if you want to, if the student wants to build a bigger technologies. So what it gives you in this, right? One is the student can become a campus design architecture. He can become a data center architecture. He can become a support head. He can become a product manager, right? There are a lot of things which they can look at when you look at this as a complete overall technologies, what they are going to learn and what hands-on experience, what they are going to have on this kind of technologies, right? So why I have put this slide is, when we build this lab and when we are talking so much about these technologies, when we are saying what are the students can learn, how they can come out of the college, what are the benefits they get, how they are prepared, but it should also be recognized by the global companies, correct? It is just not that me speaking alone. So Gartner, if you know about Gartner, Gartner has rated as the topmost in terms of X and Y axis, that is the vision and the execution, right? They look at both. What is the vision of Juniper in terms of emerging technologies and how are they executing it, which is helping the customers to relieve their pain points, right? In this too, we have at the topmost quadrant of the Gartner. We are at the topmost in campus networks. We are the topmost in the data center networks. We are at the indoor-based location services. You name any technologies, we are at the top quadrant today. So the Center of Excellence is built is also being analyzed and certified by the top global analysts. So that is what I just wanted to highlight. Yeah. So, sorry, which time? I'll just take 2 minutes. So few of the JNCAA across the globe. So you can see that a lot of universities have already taken over, and you can see the bites given by them saying that how useful it was JNCAA in terms of the adoption what they have taken, and the employers whom they have looked at in terms of after doing JNCAA, what are the employers where the students have got into the jobs, right? So I don't have much time, but I'm talking about, so this is one of the charts where we have already done 39,000 course enrollments, 25,000 training times, 37,000 students, 142 active institutions, everything. We are already doing this from the past 2 years, but the Center of Excellence was inaugurated on 24th, which has brought in a lab, which has brought in the emerging technologies, which has brought in a focus, which has brought into the integrated curriculum, and it has also brought in a lot of technologies which students can learn, do a hands-on, get into the cloud labs, and get more trained when they come out, right? So this is just an easy recognition of us because we are a part of Skill India, NEP policy, and we also been named as the IT top 20 in Ratna of Karnataka, and we are the best companies to work for an IT industry. So this is just because of Juniper. When you are looking why I need to go for Juniper, because we also have credentials, why we are standing here and saying that. Why? Because our Bangalore R&D has 3,500 R&D engineers, all the innovations, all the RFCs, everything happens in India. Whiteboarding to the product happens in India. So that is the reason, right? So these are some of the companies which we have given the solutions. You can see all the verticals. You can see the telecommunication, you can see the IT/ITES, manufacturing, healthcare, retail, airports, you name it, everyone is there. So we know what these customers are looking for, what is that they want to look from the hires, what they are going to do, and what is that relevant skill what they are looking in terms of handling this kind of networks, right? So that is what from my end. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. If there are any questions, I can take it, or else I will be in my stall, and you can come and ask. My whole team is there. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir, for your wise words. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Shubhajit to felicitate Mr. Rajesh.